What's up, guys? I'm out here moving a couple little loads. I got myself a really good paying load um, to this plant, and as I was showing up, they said, "Hey, you want to hang out and spot a couple trailers a couple miles away? It pays decent." Okay, whatever. So I did that while they find me something to get out of here. This load kind of came into nowhere. Anyway, so getting back to the Facebook, um, the comments on Facebook you always hear. There's this really bad misconception of who needs a DOT number and who needs a motor carrier authority. And I think a lot of people misunderstand what not for hire means. I think some people think if you put not for hire on your truck, it means personal use. And it's not exactly accurate. So the term not for hire, some people are going to think it's RV related, but the term not for hire actually comes from tow trucks. You see, tow trucks are required to have not only their company name and their identifying numbers, i.e. the US DOT number, but they're also required to display the city of origin that the truck is coming from and a phone number. And so the law is for a couple of reasons. One is, if you get called out to tow a vehicle away because it's illegally parked, if someone sees the tow truck, they need to be able to identify it and call the company and say, "Hey, you took my car." The other reason is, if you're sitting on the side of the road, let's say in Los Angeles, California, and a tow truck pulls up behind you and says, "Hey, I can tow you to the next off-ramp or to the dealership or whatever," these tow truck companies bill you from porthole to porthole. So they bill you until they get back to their office. And so if that tow truck that picked up your car in Los Angeles tows you 3 miles to, let's just say, a dealership, technically they can charge you to drive back to Phoenix. That's how their paperwork is set up, and that's the industry standard. So they passed a law requiring tow trucks to display the city name and the phone number along with, their US DOT number or whatever authority they operate under. By authority, I mean some states have their own authority numbers. New Mexico has a PRC number. I believe Arizona has something called the ADOT number. Texas has the Texas DMV number. California has the CA, and so on and so on. So the companies that own tow trucks that do not operate for hire, they can get around displaying the city of origin and their phone number by simply putting not for hire on their vehicle. And so you're going to say, wait a minute, how are you not for hire? You're a business. You're only for hire if you transport somebody else's property. If you transport your own property, you're technically operating not for hire. And so examples of not for hire tow trucks would be a dealership that is moving their own vehicle. Of course, if they move a client's vehicle, then they are for hire. But another good example would be like Cars for Causes. You donate a car to them, they come out, pick it up, haul it away. Junkyards are also not for hire. If they come pick up a car from you, typically you're not paying them to transport it. Typically they purchase the vehicle from you. It then becomes their property while they're transporting it. So again, not for hire. And so getting back to the numbers you display and crossing state lines and everything else, basically if you are a business enterprise, even if you run privately, so a private transporter could be a contractor that moves, a backhoe that belongs to them. Not for hire could also be an equipment rental company, say like a United Rentals. You call them up and say, "Hey, I need a backhoe, a tractor, or whatever. They're transporting their own equipment. They are also not for hire. So those companies need a US DOT number. Some states require it, intrastate, but then if they cross state lines, they need a US DOT number to cross state lines. Companies that cross state lines transporting somebody else's property is then considered for hire, and those need a motor carrier authority. So like right now, I just transported like 25,000 pounds of stainless steel, and it doesn't belong to me. It belongs to someone else, so I'm for hire. My old equipment rental business, where I rented scissor lifts, forklifts, and booms, that company was not for hire. Private carrier, transported my own product. And for those that say, well, but you're charging to deliver, yes, I am charging to deliver my equipment. You cannot hire me to transport your equipment. And so that's the difference between for hire and not for hire. Unfortunately, a lot of people just kind of don't really get it. That's kind of it in a nutshell. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.